Let's talk more about jobs in Utah. We're joined now by Nate McDonald from the Department of Workforce Services.
Yeah, he's here to tell us the highlights of the March 2020 employment report. Nate, good morning. Good to see you.
Good to be here with you.
All right, let's talk about the numbers and what they mean. There are some highlights.
There are some highlights, but also there is kind of an asterisk that you got to put in front of March. And primarily that's because the first half of March, we were still in a very strong economic period. The second half of March, we really started seeing the impacts of COVID-19. So it really is kind of a mixed number. It doesn't quite show what we really are experiencing right now. So our March unemployment rate was at 3.6%, and that went up from 2.5 the previous month. And so we did see a jump, but probably not as strong as we really are experiencing right now. Our job growth, again, we saw growth at the start of the month. So we had a 2.6 job growth, but then later in the month, as things really started to hit, really every single industry sector, we saw unemployment claims coming in on them.
So there is a little bit of good news here, though, still, in that Utah is beating the rest of the country still. I mean, we're still doing a little bit. The rest of the country, I think I read, was 4.4%. So still doing a little bit better, meaning our economy is better overall here in Utah, it sounds like.
Yeah, I think that's one of the positive things we can definitely look at it. And it's something we've known for a long time. Utah has one of the most diverse economies. And so when we go into a recession or going into this period of time, we know that we're going to be able to handle it better than most because of the diversity of our economy. With that said, we are seeing unemployment claims come in the last 4 weeks. We've had just over 100,000 unemployment claims being filed, and we're seeing that in almost every sector. The one good news, since you brought up good news, Dan, though, is most of these people who are filing unemployment claims, they're what we call being job attached, meaning they're either temporarily laid off or they're furloughed, but their employer intends to bring them back when things start getting better. So that is some good news, is that we're seeing that high percentage of people being job attached.
And Nate, there are jobs out there, right? Because we keep talking about despite the unemployment that we're dealing with, there are companies still hiring.
Yeah, yesterday we held a virtual job fair. It was statewide. We had over 60 employers participate in it. More than 800 people attend it. And so we're hoping to see some good things. But we do have some employers, particularly in the retail space with grocery stores, also distribution type companies are needing a lot of help, drivers, truck driving. There's a lot of jobs that are available in those areas still. And we still have those posted on our jobs website.
Okay. Are those full-time, part-time generally?
Across the board right now. So there's opportunities in both temp jobs, part-time jobs, and also full-time jobs.
All
Nate,
right.
you brought us some good news this morning. I mean, yes, we're in a slump here, but there is some good news to come out of this report. So we don't want to talk about April's report yet. We're just going to stick with the one from March.
April will be the true test of where we really know where we stand from COVID-19.
Okay. Well, good talking to you. Have a great weekend. Thanks so much for filling us in.